Welcome everybody to Funeral Nation episode 157. That is Jeff the Funeral Commander Harbison. I am Ryan Thogmartin, and this is the Funeral Nation show, the only weekly news show, web show, period, in the funeral profession.
We get the news, and we don't make the news. Sometimes we do, I suppose, but we just comment on the news. And actually, show number 156 last week about the obituaries was interesting from our comments
Yes,
that we had on Facebook. This is real things going on out here, and to all the FNers that are watching, there's so much that's happening outside the walls of funeral homes that affect us, that we feel it's a responsibility to share that information with you, give our opinions, and listen to yours.
Well,
so I'll tell you a really good opinion is, in my opinion, if you're not using C&J Financial for getting your life insurance claims paid, you're wrong. Simple as that. The funeral isn't over until you get paid. And you know what? Saying, oh, we're going to wait and, we'll give them 30 days or we'll do this ourselves. They've assigned it to us. Doesn't make financial sense. You get your money in 2-3 days max, and you don't have to do all the heavy lifting. So let's run that new promotion with C&J.
If all insurance assignment companies say they pay fast and are easy to work with, why do twice as many funeral homes choose C&J Financial? Over the past 2 decades, C&J and its affiliates have served in excess of 633,000 families and funded more than $3.6 billion in assignments to funeral homes and cemeteries throughout North America. If you're tired of the hassle, headache, and cash flow delay in processing insurance death claims, C&J's Fast Funding program can help. Let us show you why thousands of funeral homes across America choose C&J for their assignment funding needs, and why many associations, accounting firms, and industry leaders recommend C&J to their client and members. In every business, there's one gold standard. In insurance assignment funding, it's C&J.
Awesome. Right. Oh, man, I knew it. You were going to say something. I just want to make one more point real quick. You and I get some lovely hate emails, which we thoroughly enjoy because it's a good chuckle. But there, over the last couple of weeks with the obit thing, and then when we talked about the body decomposing law out in Washington State and this stuff, like, we're not the ones making this stuff up. Like, this isn't you and I going, hey, here's a great idea of disposition. So you can fire your arrows this way because we enjoy it and it's chuckly fun. But man, you and I are not making, we're not making this stuff up. This is what's happening. We're just letting you know.
I'm not on the legislature out there in Washington,
That's right.
I haven't been there in some time. So
we're not saying we agree with it. It's just what's happening. And you should know in the profession what is going on collectively, not only in the U.S. We talk about things that are happening in Canada and other countries across the pond that affect the industry and the profession here in the United States. And that's important.
One of my favorites is always somebody's chiming in, well, that public company shouldn't be in business. They're cheating people.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, Jeff, so speaking of public companies, you and I get a lot of emails regarding public companies and things that happen. And over the last week and a half, we've got some emails about Batesville and a round of layoffs, which we knew about. And we have contacts at all the public companies where we can get direct statements and responses so we can present the news in a way that is accurate and not just regurgitated through the telephone game. So yeah, Batesville did have a few layoffs in their technology department and some reorganization, but what they're doing is they're outsourcing the back-end database side of their technology, which is not abnormal. It's completely normal for a lot of companies to outsource kind of the development and programming and server side of the IT department because logistically it costs less to outsource it. And a lot of times you got people working around the clock and making changes that are more efficient for the company. It makes a lot of sense. Look, I mean, there are website companies in this profession that are large players that outsource almost all of their development. So this isn't abnormal for Batesville to outsource some development. And, when you outsource, you can cut overhead a little bit and save some money. So it's not abnormal, but there were a few layoffs in the technology department and some reorganization. And we did get an official statement from Batesville on that.
Sure. And I see it as a bigger picture. It's not an indictment on Batesville. I mean, bottom line is they're a public company, they're efficient, and they are generating still really good revenue and profits. In fact, I read something that I think they were generating somewhere about 40% of the cash flow within Hillenbrand. Now, there's other companies. In fact, they created Process Equipment Group, which is they make manufacturing products. And so Batesville, they had the foresight, right, to look into what's coming in the future and diversified. And, it's the industry. And yes, it's an industry. There is a profession within the industry, but this is more global. I mean, if you consider back in the 50s, there was probably 600 to 700 casket manufacturers. Now we're down to 60. Guess what? The world's changing here in the United States. Our world is changing. Burial is declining and cremation's rising. That's not a news flash. The news flash is, how smart are you to adapt and make changes and diversify? Still doing the same old thing, not offering new services or services that people need. You're just like them that are dying. Okay. Look at Batesville and what they're doing. Actually, they're being smart. I'm not going to say they're hedging their bets. They're still chugging along. But on the other hand, they're making improvements to their business, knowing that the future is going to be in decline. What's your funeral home doing? In fact, is your funeral home actually collecting the prices on your GPL?
Uh-oh. Now you're stepping on toes.
Oh, that one may have stuck a little bit. So don't go around pointing fingers at somebody else for they're this and that. You don't even do your own work well. So anyways,
all right. About doing work well, Tentacles and Kraken help you be more efficient and do your work well.
I hear you. I'm going to be in a wonderful Caribbean island not long from now, and I'm going to look and see if I can find some of those tentacles.
Let's do it. All right, roll that promo.
Like you, Kraken is committed to improving the customer experience. One way we demonstrate that is to integrate with the vendors you use and love. We've built the most powerful integration tool to connect you to all your preferred vendors. We can integrate under one tool your website, answering service, funeral funding, urns, CRM, vaults, stationery, flowers, fluids, accounting, and all the other products and services that are important to you. We continue to invest in our integrations to ensure you get the most out of technology. Our integrations streamline your work and save you time and money. At work, at home, and at play, Kraken's integrations connect you to your favorite vendors. If a vendor's important to you, they're important to us. Our integrations make your work easier, not harder. Which integration tool are you using? Tips like these can help you free up your time so you can spend more time with your families. Learn more about Kraken at kraken.net.
Let's get cracking.
All right. Well, Commander, before we wrap off, what do we got?
Yeah, one more thing I need to mention is this is also should be indicative of how important your pre-need program is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because if you're aggressively out meeting with people that want to plan their own funeral and they still want burial, get your firm out there and make sure that their wishes are granted. Because if they die and they don't really specify, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to cremation. Okay, so don't blame all this on someone else. Okay. Again, I wrote something not long ago, and I still say there's not a lot of mirrors in funeral homes. So turn that thing around and look at yourself a little bit. But speaking of looking at yourself, we actually send a whole bunch of tracking out, thanks to Mr. Welton Hong and helping grow our SEO. So how about it for Ring Ring?
We're Ring Ring Marketing. We help funeral homes generate at least 10 more at-need calls per month. Our techniques help you dominate local search rankings and become the top choice for services in your area. We also proudly offer a 100% money-back guarantee. For a free copy of our book, visit www.funeralhomeprofits.com.
Awesome. All right, Commander. I got to spend last week with Mr. Ring Ring himself, Welton, Guy is brilliant. Good dude. Really like him. So call ring ring. All right. That wraps up this week. Next week, who knows what's going to happen, but we'll be back again with another show.
It's 4th of July week. So,
right. Boom, boom.
Independence. Maybe we can bring some Brits on and have an argument on air.
You reach out. Let's see if we can do it.
All right. I think we can make it happen.
All right.
Well, look, have a good week, and we'll
too.
talk soon.
Till next time, great effing week.
Out here.